beautiful people. Welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you said your prayers this morning. I hope you wrote your gratitude lists. I hope you went to the gym. Now, y'all know I mean serious business if I come on here with the glasses on, okay? So I want to make sure we get some people in, we get enough people in. So let's make sure we like the video. Can we like the video? Can we start there? Please like the video. Let's get some likes. Okay, I'm not going to start talking until we get some likes. Let's get the likes up. Where are we with the likes right now? And then I'll start speaking and then I'll allow people to come up. I'm excited to talk to you guys. Wow, we jumped up. I'm excited to talk to you guys. I'm excited to hear what you have to say, good, bad, or indifferent. All right, tell me how many likes we have. Tell me how many likes we have on this video and we'll get started. Welcome, hello to all the 200 people here. Hey, how are you? Hello, welcome. 42. We need to get up to 150 and we will start. Okay. So I'll wait. I'll wait. Okay. Let me know when we get to 150 likes. 150. Okay. And I'll start by saying I am open to all comments. Okay. I grew up with really tough parents. So feel free to come up and say whatever it is that you want to say. Like I said, I grew up with tough parents and I grew up in New York. So a combination of those both, I think I can handle a little criticism today. And I don't mind hearing it from you all, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent. I want you to come up and share your thoughts. And as always, I'm going to listen, as always, okay? So please, let's get the likes up. Let's get to 150, 200 likes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get the likes up. And I want y'all to breathe. Breathe in and out. I know. Breathe. It's okay. I know. We shook the table last night. We shook it up. Oh my gosh, the audacity, the nerve, the goal of Ashley to bring somebody up here like that, okay? These men coming up here giving their opinions. Tough, tough, misogynist, narcissist. What else? What's the other words we use? Okay, what's the buzzwords we use? Okay, put them in the chat. Okay, all of those words. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Did we get to 150 likes? Let me know. Yeah, breathe. I want y'all to breathe. Because I think what happens is, especially as women, when we think with our heart and I think we think with our emotions, we don't have the opportunity to be logical. All right. So that's why I'm saying breathe first. Just breathe first. Okay. Breathe first. Jasmine, if you're not loving the sarcasm, I don't want you to be anywhere you don't want to be. Jermaine Renee. I don't want you to be anywhere you don't want to be. Okay. So if you're not comfortable here, and that goes for everyone here tonight. Okay. That goes for everyone. Brianna E., if they call me a pick me, that's fine. Call me whatever you want, babes. I know who I am. But I just want to say this. If you are not comfortable being here, if this is not the message you want to hear, then I don't want you to stay anywhere you don't want to be. And I want you to remember that for all the people on this channel, okay? That applies to everything in life. Not just something you're listening to, but a relationship you're in, a friendship you're in, people that you don't like or agree with. I want you to create that boundary. And I think that is fair. Okay? I think that's fair. That's all. That's it. But I'm not going to allow anyone to talk to me or tell me who I am and what I'm not. No, that's not what we're going to do. I'm going to draw the line there. Absolutely. I know who I am and I know what I offer on this platform. And I know a lot of the information that I'm giving, a lot of women are not genuinely giving you. I know your mother, your grandmother, your best friend, your best bestie is not giving you the information I'm giving you on this platform. Okay. So I'll just leave it there. I'll leave it there. And did we get to 150 likes? Did we get to 150 likes? Did we get there? Let me know so we can start. All right. And we also got a super chat. Wow, this is a big super chat. Thank you, Enrich Talks. And thank you for coming up last night. Hello, ladies. If y'all have questions for me, I can answer them in a chat. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Enrich Chat, for the donation. That's a big donation. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. All right. And I think Rich and probably New are both open to answering any questions that you guys have. I'm sure if you go to their pages, you go in the comments, they'll give you the feedback. Okay. Mm-mm. All righty. Let me know when we get to 150 likes and we will start the live. We will start, and you are more than welcome to come up. All I ask is that you breathe, okay? Just breathe before you come up. All right, breathe. That's all. That's it. Let me know when we get to 150 likes. Let me know when we get there, beautiful people, okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Feel free to come on up. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. But once we get to 150, I'll start chatting. I'll start talking with you guys. 130. Let's get to 150. Mhm. Let's get to 150. Yes, let me know when we get there. Welcome in. Hello, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss another Fashion Friday. I'm telling you, because we will be doing this again. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, okay? Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like, okay? Make sure you subscribe and make sure you like, okay? That's all. Subscribe and like. Rich said his feet are still hurting because he stood there for 3 hours. Okay, the chat was eating you up about that one. Okay, you stood up for 3 hours straight. All right, yes. Thank you for being a good sport. Okay, we're at 150 likes. Welcome in, beautiful people. So last night I had two gentlemen come onto Fashion Friday, and the way Fashion Friday is designed is usually I have women come up and show their outfits, and I give my insight and my take on things. Like, okay, maybe a different shoe, maybe a different bag. Now I know that I'm a woman, and I know as a woman I feel I'm a lot more gracious because it's in a woman's nature to be more gracious, right? To lead with a lot more love than what a man would lead with, right? So when you guys come up, of course, my intentions are always pure. I want you guys to look your best. I want you to show up in the world with excellence, no matter your race, no matter your creed, no matter your age, no matter your background. I thought it would be something nice and a little something different to bring on men because, again, I think the female gaze and then the male gaze, the woman's gaze and the man's gaze is very different, right? So the way women view women versus the way men view women is very different. And let me also say this, you don't have to change, which I think I also said last night on a live. You don't have to change for a man. You don't. But I know from what I hear on my lives that there are a lot of single women, not only single, but there are women who desire a relationship in marriage. So I'm specifically talking to those women who desire having a relationship and desire getting married. I know that you guys come up here, okay, in front of the internet and tell your stories from a very vulnerable place. And I want to thank you for sharing those stories. And in doing this for so long now, okay, not only hearing the stories, but literally reading DMs, okay? I read a DM from someone. Um, One of the last couple of DMs was from a woman who's 50 years old. And she was like, Ash, I think I'm gonna buy a dog. I feel like I'm giving up on love. And she wrote me a very long message and she said, I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I'm trying everything. I don't, I'm not married. I haven't met anyone. And I'm just saying that to say that I did offer, to help her and things like that. But I say that to say that I keep women like herself or the women who come up on this platform in mind when I do these type of things, right? When I bring men into the fold and try to give um I try to get them to give advice from their perspective. I do that to help you expedite the process. And I'm not saying that every little thing that they say is correct. I'm not saying you are guaranteed to find your person, but I'm only hoping that I can create a shortcut for you, because maybe there's just some things that I don't know. Maybe there's just some things that I don't know. You know, I haven't lived on the earth that long. And I know y'all think I'm a lot older than what I am, but I haven't been on the earth that long, okay? So I know there are people who know a lot more than I do. I know there are people who can give you insight that I can't give you. But again, I can understand your feelings of being upset about how the message was delivered from the men. I saw a couple of comments that said, "Hey Ash, I agree with it, but maybe the delivery was wrong." So I want to say that yes, my intentions were pure when bringing the guys up. It was to help. I want to also address the comments. Okay, I want to also address the comments. The comments were saying I'm a pick me. Okay, and who do I want to be picked by? Y'all know nothing about my personal life, so who do I want to be picked by, babes? Okay. Um, I just believe in listening and being open minded a little bit. I will say that. I believe in listening, okay? Even if I agree or don't agree, I do believe in listening, right? And having an open mind. No, I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't think that's fair. But I do believe in having an open mind. And you ladies come every week asking me the same question: Ash, what do I need to do? How do I need to do it? And I think some of the men did mention, it's so funny because on Wednesday I told y'all to do a little black dress. And I had no idea that the men would be suggesting black dresses. On the channel, I have told you ladies to wear a little bit of makeup. I never say you need a full beat, how I like to beat my face. I say put a little bit of makeup. I get kicked back about that. Men are saying it. I say put on a heel, okay, and not your little church heel, okay. I know the way I say it is with more love and grace, but again, I wanted you guys to hear it from a man, okay. I see comments that say bring up a female. A female can help, but you're not marrying a female if you're not a lesbian or an LGBT. So if you want to marry a man, I thought it would make more sense to bring up a man to give a male's perspective. All right. So we are going to bring some people up, and I'm going to put the link in the chat. Okay. So we can start. All righty. Feel free to come up. I put the link in the chat. Feel free to come up. I put the link in the chat. Perfect. So we have someone.
Oh my gosh. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you,
Sorry,
Zandria?
excuse me. I am on the way to the gym. Thank you for selecting me. I feel so good. Okay.
Absolutely.
So I watched the live last night. I didn't watch it while it was actually happening. I watched the playback. But I think they were great. I thought they both offered like great insight. I just think that some of what they were saying, like some of the people that came up to show their outfits, it seemed like at a point it was kind of triggering to them, like a previous situation they may have dealt with. So it kind of came off a little like less helpful than I think they were intending. So it was just kind of like, okay, can we kind of dial back your bias a little bit? Because it's kind of coming out in your responses to them. But for the most part, I think it was valuable insight. I think it kind of went a place that it really wasn't the best help for a woman to hear from a male like that. Yeah.
Fair enough. So how do you think we can improve it? What do you think could be some improvements?
Improvement. I think it was great. It really wasn't a whole lot of areas I thought needed to improve, but maybe probably asking the questions just to kind of give it a little bit more preface first. Like I think his name is Brother New. He was asking like, where are you going, or who are you going with? Like more, questions to kind of get of gist of what the person was trying to achieve.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All
Oh, and
right.
one thing, can I ask you really quick? I'm rebuilding my wardrobe. I'm in the midst of my rebranding my life and it's going great. But I would love it if you could potentially give maybe a list or a few items that every woman kind of needs to have as a staple. Just throwing
Absolutely.
it out there, but
Yes.
just giving.
Absolutely. I can do that, Zandria. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for coming up. Appreciate it. All right. Next we have Destiny. Oh, Gucci.
Hey, how was Ashley?
Hello. Hi.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
like, I
hold on.
understand.
Let me say this before you start. So the questions are gonna go. How do you feel about last night's live, and what's one thing you want to improve? Okay. So we'll go there. Go ahead.
So I understand where the ladies are coming from. I think they were expecting something more gentle. Um, so I understand the pushback, but what I'll say is being married and being around married people and surrounding myself with married people, men really think like that.
Mhm.
And high value men really think like that. Like they don't have time to sit here and play with your emotions and not be as direct. I will say Rich was a lot more softer, but New, he was he was telling you exactly what they think.
Mhm.
Like exactly raw, like what they think.
Mhm.
And yes, I mean it was good advice. Maybe the delivery wasn't for this platform, but it was
Mhm.
genuine advice. Like it was genuine. So that's
Fair.
it.
And is there anything that you want to see improve?
Um, just one on the panel next time. Either attitude really would benefit women, especially single women, so they can, prepare themselves
Mhm.
for what men are thinking. Even if they don't like it, they're still prepared for that kind of energy. Um, but just one person instead of two.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, Destiny. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Again, when you ladies come up, I'm gonna put the link in the chat again. When you come up, you can tell me how you felt about last night's live, and you can also say what is something that you want to improve on. Okay. I love my fro said Ashley. I know your heart is in the right place, but I knew this would go left. Men are angry with women, not angry. And I knew they would be disrespectful. I saw the thumbnail and said, no, thank you. Fair enough. I love my fro. She said, this ain't for me. Okay. This is not where I want to be, and that's fair. All right. All right. We have Crystal.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, first of all, thank you so much. Like, I did enjoy the live. Like, I just felt like having different perspectives is always nice. I was excited to see it. I was excited to tune in. I actually had an outfit ready, but then I saw how the live was going, and I was like, never mind. I'm just gonna watch. And it's more so because I'm not single. I'm gonna get married. Like I think you know that already. So I was just like, oh, this feels like it's more for single women. And then I was just like, the delivery was off, at least for New, in my
Mhm.
opinion. I think like the last person said, Rich was a lot softer, and we're like used to that from you. We know your intentions are always pure. We know that the way that you kind of give us feedback is not in the way like some men would give it, or even some women. So I don't think a lot of the viewers were used to that. I think there's a lot of finessing that Rich had that New maybe didn't have. And it just felt more like, I don't know if it was just like I don't want to say a competition, but a lot of like rating and not a lot of constructive feedback, which we're used to with you. And also, like, I want to talk about the shapewear like thing. So I think it's always helpful advice from you. And actually, like, you helped me like want to wear shapewear. I've never worn it like in all of my 20s. Like, I didn't wear a lot of shapewear. So now, like in my 30s, I'm like, why not? Like, it makes you look smooth. And I know you encourage that. I know the guys have a different opinion. They probably don't understand. But it just came off as ignorant, not to be mean, but it was just a little ignorant. And it just may be because they don't know. So
let me also jump in, Crystal. The only reason I asked that because it came up as a super chat. Okay. So I want everyone to know that I didn't just ask them out of the thin blue sky, what do you think of shapewear? I know someone sent a super chat about it, and I was just reading the response.
No, and I think that's fair. I think you were being interactive with us. I love that personally. And I think it was a great question, and it was interesting to hear their feedback. I just felt like it was a bit ignorant, and I was like, that's not like shapewear is, as you know, to smooth, and it just looks good. Like, so I would say, Ashley, again, you did great, but I'd say, because you know that, maybe it could have been nice if you kind of jumped in and said that. I know you mentioned you encouraged it, but maybe teaching them, like, guys, this is not what it is for. That would have been helpful. But other than that, I just love the perspective of different people. Like, I know people can't take it sometimes and are used to it, but I think it's helpful, and we should get used to it because everybody's different. Everybody has different opinions. But delivery matters, and I appreciate both of the men, but I think Rich did a great job.
Absolutely. And let me also say this, Crystal, because I keep seeing in the comments we should bring up a married man. Being that you're about to get married, would you be comfortable with your husband up here looking at other women's outfits in dresses, telling them, and let's be 100, right? Would you be comfortable with your almost soon-to-be husband up here looking at other women saying, no, don't put that on. Should I keep it single, or should I have a married guy? And I want you to be honest with me right now, Crystal.
Okay, so for my almost husband, he is not a fashion guy, so it's not like he's probably
outside of being a fashion guy. I'm just saying, as a woman, we're not gonna even get into that. Would you be comfortable with your husband coming up here, telling girls how they look in a dress?
I mean, not necessarily. I don't know if I would be uncomfortable. It would just be odd. It would be a little odd, and like you're not in that space anymore. So I just feel like this is probably not the platform for you. But I'll add that, like, if Rich, like the way he presented himself, he seems very fashion forward. And if he were married, I would feel like, oh, that's kind of nice because he knows fashion. Like, he's giving us advice. He's been through this.
I don't think he's a fashion person. So I don't want to say he knows fashion.
Right.
But again, I just want to, not try to be disrespectful or anything. I just want to be a little bit more forward. Like, would you want your husband or anyone who is married, their husband up here looking at women, telling them how to look in a dress?
Personally, not my person. Personally.
Okay, Crystal said, not mine.
Not mine. But if a woman feels that way, I understand, because different women have different comfort levels, and it is not as black and white. So that's why I'm saying, like, not mine, but I get it. I wouldn't judge if a husband was on here. Like, I'd be like, oh, if it's constructive, like, if it wasn't in the way that, like, I'm sorry, but if it wasn't like that, and more of like what Rich was giving, constructive feedback, oh, this looks good on your skin tone, and then I would understand. But it has to just be appropriate. So every woman is different. For me, no. He's not with that kind of stuff. But
My man. Okay, not him.
And my man.
Somebody else to do it. Okay.
But Ashley, I want to thank you. I know it's always tough to get that constructive criticism.
No, it's
No,
not.
I mean
I
like
appreciate
the
it.
pick me comments, and I just don't feel
Oh,
where you were coming from, and I just people are just mad. But
well,
thank
let
you,
me go. You're welcome. Thank you, Crystal, for your support. I appreciate it, darling.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm about to bring up the next person. And let me say this, baby. Let me say this. When you know who you are, and I've said this on previous lives, it doesn't matter what anyone says about you. Know who you are. Stand on who you are. Then you won't have to worry about what the world is saying you are, what the world is saying you're not. Baby, Ashley know who she is, okay? So I know y'all gonna stick around. You may not like me today, because this is how it goes in the YouTube universe. You watch someone for weeks and months, you hate them, and then you'll be back 6 months later. Okay? After whatever didn't work out, you'll be back. Oh, hey, how are you? Oh, okay. Yeah. I know that's how I go, especially with women. We get a little emotional, we get in our feelings. It's all right. You'll be back. All right. All righty. We have Bev.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I know you're a girls. I've been seeing people in comments are like saying like you're not a girls. Ashley, like negative comments, but you are totally motivate girls, and this whole platform is motivation and to find your partner, someone in the future. So I'm happy that you brought like men up to talk about these things and to get their insight. But um Rich, he was very nice. He had, his points, and I think that he was professional and everything. But knew he had he was kind of going off topic and being kind of it wasn't comfortable, and the woman didn't feel.
Bev, I want you to speak. I don't want you to hold back. I want you to tell. I don't want y'all coming up here holding your breath. I want y'all to speak, okay? Please say what's on your heart and what's on your spirit. That's
I
the only
just
way people can grow is when we talk freely, right?
yeah,
We have
right.
to talk. Yes.
Sorry. I just feel like he was just not being as open to himself, and he was, I don't know, I felt like a weird vibe from him. He was not being as nice to the woman, and I just feel like Rich, he was trying to deliver a nice message to women, and he had positive and negatives about things, but a lot about Rich, he had a lot of negative comments, and I felt like he was going off topic a lot, and I don't know, it just I do appreciate you bringing them in on your platform, but I just think that he could change his deliverance with the messages, and I do feel like he can I do understand he's a very high, well-spoken man, but a lot of the things he was saying didn't feel comfortable with me, and I can tell in the women that were coming up didn't feel comfortable either.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And let me say this, Bev. What would you want to see different on a platform if we bring up men again? What would be one change you want to see, Bev?
One change I would like to see is possibly just one man coming up and probably someone married, so they can have the not a single person looking at what they want to date, trying to, because I feel like it was kind of like a dating type of thing, like he wants to see who he's gonna approach, who he's gonna date, type of thing. So it could be someone that's already in a relationship but wants to you know what I mean. So maybe someone like that in a relationship probably, or married.
Fair enough, Miss Bev. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for coming up and
Thank
sharing.
you,
I
Ashley.
appreciate your support, darling.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye bye. Thank you for coming up, Bev. And I hear you guys mentioning you want married men. Again, I just asked Crystal, who is getting married. Congratulations again. And she says she wouldn't be comfortable. I think that's a little weird. Unless you and your spouse are ace boon coons. But I think that's just, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. All righty. So we are going to keep it coming. We are going to continue bringing men up on the show. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Okay. Because even if you are gritting your teeth, even if you didn't love the delivery, I must say, I know some people were taking notes, and I know y'all were taking notes because every woman kept coming up in a black dress. Every woman came up in a black dress. Every time I turned around, everyone was in a black. I'm like, what? Wait, what's going on? All right. So somebody was listening, Jack. Somebody was listening. All right, let's read some of the super chats. Shay Boss Butter. Hey, Shay, thank you for being so gracious. Of course, of course. You have to practice what you preach. Nia, thank you for the super chat. Brianna, I will happily moderate this live if you need one. Oh yeah, speaking of moderators, I don't think I'm gonna have any anymore. I think I'll just take the good and the bad because last night I don't know what happened, but we didn't have any moderators. Okay, usually I have all my moderators here every Friday, but we didn't have one, so I don't think I'm gonna have moderators. I think I'll just leave it a free flow. Say whatever you want. I will take the responsibility as putting myself on the internet. It comes with it. So if I put myself out there, I have to take the positive and I have to take the negative. And I don't want to put that responsibility on anyone anymore. All right, that's how I see it. I don't want to put the responsibility on that. Yes, a free chat. Okay, no need for moderators because I don't know what happened last night, but not one showed up. Not one. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Jade, what are you doing up here? What are you doing up here?
Hey Ashley.
Little Jade, what are you doing up here, honey? Okay, you too small, you too young for this conversation. Oh, look at you looking beautiful.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Hmm. What's going on? What's happening?
No, like I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Hello, you look beautiful, Jade.
Thank you.
We are happy to see you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How you feeling?
Um this week was fine. Like you know, till Friday was fine. But like Friday, like that like that day was like, oh my god, it was like just a bad day, literally.
I'm sorry about that, Jade. I'm sorry. But have things been better since your mom went to the school?
Yeah, much
Oh,
better. That's right
perfect.
there.
Yeah, so you're
That's right
happy you
there.
let her go because I remember you was fighting her on that. Like, Ma, I don't want you to
Yeah.
come up here and be embarrassed. So I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear things are better
Yeah.
and you look beautiful, I must say.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, Jade. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna take you down, okay, because you're a
Okay.
little tiny butterfly and we have serious conversation, all right? So read a book,
Okay.
learn something new, all right? And enjoy your Saturday.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty, Jade.
Bye.
Bye, Jade. Thank you for coming up. Oh, I didn't even ask her about the volleyball. I should have. Okay, let's bring up Nia. Hello, Nia. We can't hear you, my love.
Oh, sorry, I was so close to the camera. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Oh my God. Last night was so good. It was so good. And I just feel
Uh-huh.
like people are so emotional. Like I know and I'm a Cancer. And usually I get offended with stuff, but last night it just was like it's good to hear different things. And yeah, and he even said he was playing devil's advocate and people still fell for it. Like you get what I'm saying? Like he said he was gonna go deeper a little bit and and people were still getting mad in the comments. So sometimes you just got to do that. And even if the delivery wasn't the best, but we can't keep sugarcoating things. Females always want somebody to sugarcoat something, like just because it's the way that you want to hear it. So that's just not how life works. But it was so good last night. It was lit, Ashley. And the only improvement was that I felt like the comments was crazy, and that kind of made me not even pay attention because people in the comments who I thought really supported you was talking crazy. How y'all disrespecting the guest that she brought up here? That is so freaking embarrassing. So embarrassing. And it was the same people that come here every Friday.
I know.
You know?
I know.
That made me so mad. I couldn't even pay attention really to the video and what he was saying because people calling him milk dud. I'm like, y'all trying to be funny, but it ain't funny. Like, it's not. Like, it's just y'all want attention so bad. So you just knew people in the comments were so miserable. And like you said, you don't want a moderator because we was looking for them, couldn't find them. So it just like let people talk. But it was so good last night, and I appreciate for having them up here. Like. But we can't sugarcoat everything because that's what y'all. That's not gonna work. So,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, Nia, for coming up and giving your critique. I appreciate your support, and yes, thank you, Miss Nia.
bye.
Bye, honey bunny. Yes, thank you for coming up. And again, you guys don't all have to come up and agree with the live, okay? You can give your opinions, good, bad, or indifferent, all right? Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm a New Yorker, babes. It's totally fine. I have tough skin, all right? And I understand it comes with the territory. Hello to you. Hello.
Oh shoot. Okay, sorry. I'm driving through the parking garage. But hey, Ashley.
Hi, T. Wait, can you stop for safety reasons? I don't want you
Okay,
driving on live.
okay. Hold on. I'm gonna come back up in like 5 seconds. Let me get down the garage, and I'll come back.
Okay, okay. All right, so I'm gonna wait for T. I'm gonna read some super chats. I put the link down below. Okay, I put the link. If more people want to come up, okay, especially the ones fussing about how much they hated it, I want you to come up and voice your opinion. All right. What I'm also trying to teach you guys is that we can have a difference of opinion. We can disagree, but we can still have a conversation. And one thing I don't see enough on the internet is people having healthy disagreements. Okay. So it's okay not to agree with me, not to like things, but we don't have to like pick. Oh, I hate you. Oh, this, that, and third. Just come up and talk about it. All right. Come up and pick and speak your mind. All right, where do we leave off? Hold on 1 second. I want to wait for T. Then I see Princess, Tony, and Christian. Where are we? Did I say Nia? Thank you, Nia. Oh, we spoke about this, the moderating. All right, and Rich Talks. A lot of the ladies hit me on IG to ask for additional questions last night and this morning. We had great, not y'all in his DMs, but in public. Y'all don't like Rich. Hold up now. Not y'all in Rich DMs in private, but in public eating him up. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, Rich, for the super chat. I appreciate it. All righty. Where are we? We are here. Danielle Sanders, I appreciated Rich's feedback. He provided specifics regarding his opinion and was respectful. As a single woman, you need the male perspective. I agree, Miss Danielle. We need the male perspective. All righty. All righty. Let's keep it going. Simple Savings ATL Moms. Hi, Ashley. I appreciated both men in the dialogue. Thank you for bringing an additional perspective to the audience. I would like to see men from different nationalities in the future. Absolutely. We can mix it up. Absolutely. Because I know a lot of women speak about dating outside of their race. So I would love to have a white or Asian man come up and give their perspective on things. Absolutely. I would love that. All righty. Let's keep it going. We have Kimmy. I'm waiting for T. That's why I haven't pulled anyone else up yet. Kimmy Hodge said, I like both men personalities. I loved how Nu kept talking about a pretty face and energy to match. That's important. Absolutely. Energy, looks, all of it is all important for sure. All right. The last super chat is Stacy R. I think the girls forgot what the topic of the show was. It was first impressions. What do men think when they see you in an outfit? They never said they were fashion experts. Yeah, I wouldn't call them fashion experts. Not at all. I would not call them a fashion expert. All righty. So I think T went down. Hopefully she comes back up. All right. Hold on. Let's see. All right, we have Princess. Hello, Princess.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Very clearly.
So it's my first time coming up, and such a shame that I'm coming up on, such a.
Where have you been on these Fashion Fridays? And
Yeah,
ask
I'm
Ashley's.
slacking, but I love all the shout outs to the Canadian girlies because I'm a Toronto girl.
Yes.
So yeah, love it. So I guess I'm coming up with some grievances, more like comments. I'm married, so I'm not particularly interested in the insights of a man that I'm not currently married to, but I enjoy the community. And I think that as I've been watching your lives, like there's been a standard, right? A standard of this is a safe space. People come on here and they're crying, they're sharing really intimate intricacies of their life. Like there's a standard that this is a community for women to grow, heal, and improve. And I feel like maybe that standard needed to be reiterated more during the live because I didn't like some of the comments that were made. Like, for example, one girl came up with her dog, and I'm paraphrasing, but there was a comment like, go ahead and feed your dog, or something like this doesn't uphold, I think, the standard of this space, of your brand, of the YouTube channel, which is constructive criticism is welcome, but with tact, with respect. The dog had nothing to do with, I think her outfit looked great. Her braids were nice. She looked, fine and beautiful, not fine. And their little jabs like that felt contradictory to what the mission, I think, what I believe to be your mission with the work that you do here kind of is. It didn't align. There was another comment like with T, who hopefully will come up after me. I thought she looked beautiful. I thought her outfit looked great. And she said, which to me is a disclaimer, this is not a men-centered event. I'm going to have fun with my friends. So what do you think? And it was open and carefree and playful. If they didn't like it or they thought it was fun or whatever, that's fine. But comments like, you're the type of woman that I'd pick up on this day and then drop on this day, like things like this, I feel like don't are not comments with dignity and don't align with the standard space. Um, and I think there was one other thing like about Nigerians. I'm not Nigerian, but I'm West African nonetheless. And like, let's also not feel so comfortable speaking on cultures that we don't fully understand and know. We're not a part of the Nigerian culture. So I felt like there was a lot of boldness and audacity to make certain statements, whereas a lot of your viewers might even be Nigerian or connected to Nigerian people. And I don't know, comments like that just come off as a little bit careless. I felt like the assignment was come in and speak on your first impression and speak on the looks and give your feedback, and not everything needed to be kind of like jabby. There was a point when a woman came up and she came up with her red dress and her bow, and New had asked like, what does your husband do? Is he blue collar or white collar? Like, where are we going with this? Right? Some things insinuate certain things. Some people might pick it up, some people might not. But I don't think it aligns with the standard of the space and what you're kind of creating here. This is why I wanted to come up and share. Um, yeah.
Absolutely. So, what do you feel like we can do to improve the experience next time?
Yeah. I think that the woman who came up to essentially not support, but to be a part of what you've created. And so I think you have a responsibility to interject when necessary. I know that you did. I know there are moments where you had to kind of moderate and say, hey, like, let's not get nasty or whatever. But I felt like that could have been pushed a little bit further. Um, like with the dog comment or with the where's your ring? Like, I feel like it would have maybe felt a bit safer for us who are tuned in for you and for your insights to feel like, oh, she's got us and she's willing to check them or set a standard where we all have to adhere to this. So I think maybe a little bit more of a reiteration of, hey, this is why we're here. It's Fashion Friday. What do you think of her first impression? Not what her husband's job is or what culture of men she's interested in, kind of like circling it back. That's what I think.
Absolutely. Oh, I can appreciate that feedback, Princess. Thank you for coming up and sharing.
Thank
And hopefully, can we get you up here outside of the drama? Can we get you up here for Fashion Friday or Ask Ashley?
you. Yes, I
Please.
will be back 100%.
Okay, please come on back. All right. Thank you, Princess.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Princess, for sharing. I can appreciate all that feedback. And I think a lot of people in the chat was saying exactly what Princess was saying. I think everyone was saying that. So I can appreciate you coming up and sharing, beautiful. All right, T, I'm going to bring you up. Are you ready, T?
Hey, I'm
Hi.
sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm taking my dog to the park today, so kind of doing stuff. But yeah, I wanted to make some comments about last night. Um, I enjoyed the live. I think last night was a good live. And I enjoy Fashion Fridays. I'm one of those people like I came up one other time, but I am like a spectator. Like I like to just watch and see the ladies come up and things like that. I think for me last night, when the conversation went to, I guess it kind of got disrespectful with words like pump and dump and discard and things like that. I think that's when I started to feel like the conversation was shifting to a different thing. Um, Now I feel like the ladies, like in the comments, everybody was so nice, so sweet. So I do want to say that. And I don't want to offend anybody. Like when I said what I said about dating Nigerian men, I want to make it clear like anything that I said, I hope it did not come off as disrespectful or offensive or rude, because that's never my intention. And I don't want to speak irresponsibly as well. So hopefully I didn't come off disrespectful to anybody. But I think Brother New has I, it's well, how do I want to say this? Because I like to kind of think about things before I say it. Um, I think that in the beginning of the live, it started off constructive. I think he gave decent feedback. And I think that it started becoming he started putting himself into the situation. Like he started putting himself as he was the person that I'm coming to see, right? And I think he has some other like deep rooted something going on, because he projected some of his own personal stuff onto me. It wasn't about the outfit at all. At some point it was about his feelings towards women who may come out looking a certain way and how he would address them. And I also think that the way that he speaks about women, like the way that he compared us to cars and all of that stuff. I mean, yes, I guess that's witty and fun and whatever for entertainment purposes, but I just don't think it's like it in real life. It's not okay. Um, and saying that you would see me on Saturday and pump and dump me by Friday, as if you could ever really even be like, as if I would even be pumping anybody the same day that I met them. You know what I mean? Like, what gives you the impression that I will go out tonight, find a man, and go pump him so that he can dump me tomorrow? So I just feel like he had a lot of audacity. And I hope he doesn't have that energy when he's in real life talking to women for real, because you are also single and unmarried, but you're also a lot older than me. So your stock has also okay. I'm let me stop here.
I'm not saying anything.
Because I don't want to, because
Go
I because
for it.
because I think that men get it confused, because I think as women, yes, I'm 33 years old. However, I'm still beautiful. I live my life the way I want. I go out to eat when I want. You know, like I'm taken care of. I'm fine. Look at him. I'm good here, right? But you are 40 plus. You're single and unmarried, and you want to talk about proposals don't mean anything. But even if I've had relationships, yes, they haven't ended in marriage, but men invest in me. Okay, I've had men invest in me, and I'm not gonna say too much because I don't, I know this is public, but because I don't, well, ugh. But I'm not a pump and dump type of girl. So I think that he projected like his own insecurities onto me. And that's when the live I think got a little sketch. Rich, I like Rich. I think Rich was very nice. I think he added to the conversation well. And I have no words to say about Rich, honestly. Honestly, I don't take anything super personal because these people don't know me in real life. And I don't know them. So maybe he does treat women like this. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be single for the rest of his life. Sure, go ahead, have at it. Treat women the way that you're treating women, and you will do that. You will succeed in that, sir. So that's fine. Rich, I think he's a cool guy. I loved his outfit. I think he came dressed to impress, and I love that. And I think that brother knew he came to berate women and make them feel less than because he's insecure. He asked about every woman's height because he's probably short in real life. And he came late. You came late and you want to talk about being on Kendra G's show. Like this is like your personality now. You being on this show is your personality. This is a personality trait for you now. And I'm like, what else? You do credit repair. What else? Where are the photos on your Instagram of you going to galas and going to these high profile events? Because I'm not seeing the receipts. I'm not seeing it. So I think when we start having conversations with high value men, we need to make sure that they're really high value. We need to make sure that the receipts are there, and we need to make sure that it's not just a person like just because they got picked out of the litter box to be on a show that they have something to add value to a conversation.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I will ask you, what would you want to see different, T, from my end, from the show's end? How can we improve?
I think I don't think really that from my perspective, actually, I think that you have the best intentions. When you started this, like I've watched you on TikTok and things like that too, and then you moved to YouTube more often and things like that. I think that your intentions are well. I think that you genuinely want to help women, and you genuinely want to help people. And so I don't think that you could have done anything differently. You can't control what people say. You can only react to what they say. And I think that you reacted gracefully, as a woman should. So I don't think that there was any changes that needed to happen on your end at all. I think you handled the situation for what it was. I think that maybe the guys need to check their egos at the door and understand that we do value an opinion, and it doesn't always have to be positive, but have some tact. Okay, have some decorum when you're talking to women, because you can get a viral moment. You can, if you were looking for a viral moment, then just say that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're really here for the conversation, if you're really here to be positive, you're really here for what everybody else is here for, then you would behave a certain way. So I think the men need to check their ego at the door and understand that you are not the prize. You are not. Women don't always, every time we step out the house, it don't mean we looking for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I go on solo dinner dates all the time, right? I go on regular dates I go on dates, period. I'll take myself out, or I'll go out with a guy or whatever the case is. Every time I step out the house, I'm not looking for you. Every time I step out, sometimes I don't even want men to talk to me. Sometimes I'll even dress a certain way so you don't talk to me and you still have the audacity to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll be like, I don't even want to go pump gas sometimes, because I'm like, oh, they at the gas station. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the men need to relax, because we're not always looking for y'all. We actually sometimes want to be by ourselves, and we want to have fun with our girls, and we want to spend time with our family and our friends without the pressure of you looking at us, judging us for what we have on or what we say or whatever. I'm from Georgia. I have a southern accent. When I get around my family and my friends, I'm telling you, I get country. I get country bumpkin. Okay, So it's certain scenarios I may not take a man because you gonna see me in my element. You know what I mean? So I think that men, when you're coming on a platform, I'm sorry, y'all. When you're coming on a platform, he sees people walking. When you come in on a platform to for this sort of thing, I think you need to check your ego at the door, and I think that you need to understand what we're here for. I can accept positive feedback, criticism, all of that because I'm comfortable with who I am. I know
Yes.
who I am. I've lived in this body for 33 years. I have no choice but to be comfortable in who I am, right? And I understand that can be it's harder and easier for some people, but where I am in my life, that's where I am. So I can accept when someone says any old thing to me, but put some respect on my name. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, fair enough. And
So,
thank you, Miss T, for sharing. Thank you for sharing all of that. And I will have to say, I feel like when you were up on a live, I'm like, you come across as a woman who can hold her own. You were also, even you came back the second time because I rewatched and you said, I don't take anything personal. I'm open to the criticism. You were open to listening, and you were like, okay, I'm
mhm.
here for the feedback. And you were, I'm like, well, looking at T, it looked like she could hold her own. Okay. It looked like she ain't nobody gonna walk all over Miss T. It's just not gonna happen. Nobody is walking all over her. But I can appreciate the criticism. That's why I want you to be honest and everyone else to be honest. And I don't even mind being held accountable. That's why I'm saying if there's
Mhm.
anything you want to see different, please let me know. I know you said having the men check the egos at the door. Even if you guys want to do this as well, tagging men or sending me men you would like to see come on the show. We can do that as well for the Fridays, all right? But
Yeah.
again, if there's anything else you want me to change or do differently, please let me know.
Well, I will say one thing. You never tell us. You never be standing up so we can see the full fit.
Ah!
Okay. No, cause you be okay.
Yes,
Can
I'm
we
like,
can we see the fit sometimes? Because you and last night you had the cute little blue gray. I was like, oh, that's cute. But we don't be knowing if it's a dress, a jumpsuit, or what.
yes,
You don't be
yes,
giving us a tea.
absolutely. I can do that moving forward. I think my mom was like, you need to stand up and show that outfit before you start these lives. I was like,
Yes, you gotta show us.
okay, I'll show the outfits more for sure.
So, all
Okay.
right. Well, I'm gonna let the next person because I'm just talking.
Thank you, Miss T. Thank you for coming up, honey bun. Thank
All
you.
right. See
Bye.
y'all.
Thank you. I think she was such a good sport. Such a good sport. Thank you for coming up and sharing. Thank you for coming up and sharing. And I want to say this too. I think it's important to have men come up and share how they feel and give honest opinions. When I share my opinions on this platform with you ladies, sometimes I do hold my tongue if I'm being 100% honest. Okay? I am a lot more graceful and I do, I don't say certain things because I understand that some people are more sensitive than others. That's why sometimes I have people book a one-on-one call so we can really talk, between you and I. So if that's something you are interested in, you can totally do that. But I still want to bring men up who are going to be honest, okay? In a way that a woman is not. I want to say that. In a way that your best friend is not. All right. That's all I want to also mention that as well. All right. I think we have another super chat. Faithy said that comment was not oh gosh. That comment was not made in good faith. I don't know if y'all watched the live, but he kept saying that. That is hilarious. Thank you, Faithy. That's funny. That is hilarious. That wasn't made in good faith. No. Lex Vernon said, yes, T, I completely agree. Okay. Who else do we have? Aquarius Flow 100 said, hey, Ashley, I think Ask Ashley Monday with you. Ask Ashley would make a guest on Wednesday to get a male perspective, and Fashion Friday with the girlies. Friday would be great. So here's the thing. I know someone mentioned, two people mentioned so far that they feel like this is a safe space where women can be vulnerable. I think we would come, if I bring a man in for Ask Ashley, that's going to take that away. Okay, the vulnerability. You're not going to tell me you don't like your fupa. You're not going to tell me how you're insecure in your relationship. So to keep that absolutely safe, I don't think we should have a man's opinion in that part of things. What do you guys think? Okay? What do you feel? Because then you're not going to be as vulnerable. I think you won't be. I don't think we should do Ask Ashley with a man. Okay, just from the looks of this, I just don't think we should cross that line. All right. I think we should just do the fashions with the men, the first impression. But as far as asking questions, I don't know that I want to bring a man in. Okay. All right. Tony. Hello, Tony M.
Hi, Ashley.
Were you going off in the comments, Tony M?
I wasn't going off. I was participating though, for sure.
Okay, I think I saw Tony Ann in the comments on the YouTube comments. I think I have an elephant's memory, so I don't forget. Go
No,
ahead.
I was definitely in there. It was a lot of jokes, but no, I mean, I agree. I do think that it was like very valuable that you offered this male perspective, and although they did come off a bit harsh at times, brazen, that's the caliber of men we have to deal with today. Like, that's just what it is, and that's how they are. I mean, more times than not, that's what you're going to get. However, I think where things got a bit spooky is when they were not really rich. You know, he was fine. I mean, he made a few comments that were kind of, but he was fine. Brother Nulo, however, it felt like sometimes, like when he gave suggestions, he was getting like combative. Like, you know, like if someone, you know, he said something and they maybe explained themselves or gave the why, it's like now he felt like defensive, like, you know, and that's when he started making the crazy comments, you know, about the pump and dump and the dog and stay with your dog then. Where's your ring? Show me your ring. It's like, geez, like, you know, take a chill pill. So yeah, I kind of felt like he was projecting. And I think one of the ladies mentioned that it felt like he was pulling from his own personal experiences and, you know, getting really offended by their reactions and responses. So I think that was a bit weird. I mean, again, that the caliber of men we deal with today, they're very defensive, very catty, you know, some women like to call it sassy, but that's what it was giving for sure. For me, I think it was more so like, no shade, but there is a such thing as Napoleon syndrome or little man syndrome. And, you know, sometimes shorter men or men with shorter stature, they try to overcompensate for their lack in height. And because of that, you know, that's when they try to, you know, be the macho man and the, you know, like, and I felt like a lot of his responses were very much giving that. So it just comes off as insecure, kind of like he made a comment about Mercedes and Lexus and these designer cars don't have commercials. So it's kind of like what he's saying is like, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, you know, let like your values speak. But he was, you know, I feel like he probably would have slapped one of the ladies if he had the opportunity in person. Like he was so like angry. I was like, calm down. Like, why are you so mad? And I, you know, I made a few comments like, I can imagine how his exes feel. Like, we need to speak with them to see what happened, because I know he's controlling and, you know, he gave a like narcissist vibes, you know, not to like label him, but a lot of his qualities and just like how he was responding, you know, like if you're confident and secure and, you know, what you're saying, you know, it holds value. There's no need for you to go back and forth. What you say is what you say. And that's just what it is. The person can decide if they want to take heed to that or not. So yeah, I just feel like he was very defensive. And then over talking, he overtalked everybody, including you, including Rich. Like, it's like, you know, let them finish their thought and then you can interject. But it's like he was trying to fight with his words and just cut everyone off. And it was just very like uncomfortable after a while. And then my last thing is I went to his Instagram and he has a picture up there in like, no shade, but a picture up there like in like a blazer and then thong sandals, which is jarring for some people. So I went to the comments to see, and one lady, like, she made a comment. She's like, not the business suit and slippers. And he's like, what's your height and weight right now? He's like, I bet you won't answer that. And I was like, oh, and this was 2 weeks ago that he made that comment. So I was like, oh, okay, that's why. That's why he was asking every woman their heights, because he was trying to figure out proportion sizes, and he was asking their age, and it kind of felt like he was on there for like his own personal gain, like dating preferences. Like obviously he made it overtly obvious that he likes slender women, a certain type of stature. So it kind of felt like that's what he was here for. Like I think T mentioned, like it was giving very much like clickbait and trying to go viral. So yeah, that was my only thing. I mean, to improve it, I think again, this is what we have to deal with these days. So I mean, I'm not sure there's much that can be done. Maybe a little bit more like vetting in the type of men, to I guess I don't everyone's definition of high value is different, but
Yeah.
maybe a little more vetting, or just
Okay.
figuring out, if they actually are high value, if they, are able to speak with tact and respect. It
Right.
doesn't have to be like, I'm from the South, I'm also Jamaican. So, like you, New York, like I grew up rough, drinking nails for soup, like tough. So a lot of stuff, I'm not offended easily, but
Uh-huh.
it did feel like he was attacking them. And I'm like,
Mhm.
geez, like if you get that angry through a screen on Fashion Friday, like I can only imagine what he's doing behind closed doors to women. So that's it.
Fair enough. Thank you, Tony, for your criticism. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Okay, that's what this platform's about. And again, if you have any suggestions that of guys or men you want to come on a platform, feel free to leave it in the comments in the chat. You guys can DM me those guys as well. All right, Tony.
Yes, thank you. I love
Thank
your
you.
show, by the way. I watch it faithfully.
Thank you,
So it's
beauty. Come
great.
up for Fashion Friday next week, please.
Okay, I'll try.
All righty, bye-bye. Thank you, Tony, for coming up. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm putting the link in the chat again. Again. I want to say thank you for all the criticism, good, bad, and indifferent. I appreciate it all, okay? You don't have to hold your tongue when you come up here. Tell me what you didn't like. Ashley, you didn't speak up enough. Ashley, this is a safe space. Ashley, I didn't like this. Tell me. How are we supposed to grow if we don't know what we need to work on? How? How are we going to grow if we don't talk about what we need to work on? Fair enough? Okay? Fair enough. All right. So we have Nisi, then Love Notes. Oh, Love Notes. Okay. And can I also say this before I bring Nisi up? I want to shout out to some of the ladies who were very gracious last night. Okay. Um, the woman from Australia, she came back. The girl with the fluorescent pink dress, and she had the 22-year-old in that silver boots. She came back. Okay, the beautiful black woman who was from Scotland, she changed her wig. Melly with the big curly hair and the white dress. Okay, even T. All right, I appreciate you ladies for coming up, being a part of the process, and coming back. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, who do we have up next? Miss Nisi.
Hi, Ashley.
Hello. Hi, beauty. Okay. Glowing and gorgeous this
Yes, I
morning.
had to wake up, put my robe on because I'm in Cali, so it's still kind of morning out
Oh,
here. But I
yes.
had to get on because I just wanted to say that I, truly appreciate the platform. I actually really like that we had men in with opinions. I want to say that I do feel like Rich and New were saying similar things, but I feel like it was received better from Rich because of his delivery and his energy.
Uh-huh.
It was more closer to yours, how you do things with grace, and you say we can feel that when someone is saying things out of, I don't want to say out of love, but like out of care, genuine. And
Mhm.
New was giving a little bit of Kevin Samuels vibes to me. I think that T and Princess pretty much touched on what I actually was coming on here to say. So I'm just gonna say that it was leaning more towards Kevin Samuels. And I think that we have enough of the podcast boys and all of that in the world. When we come to your platform, we want that different energy. We want to feel safe and love. And yes, we can have opinions from others and criticism, but like we want it in a safe way. Like we want it in a way where it feels genuine and we feel like you're trying to help us and not demean us.
and not act like you're just better or this, like, like, yeah, maybe we needed a disclaimer for him because I wasn't ready and I wanted to come on, Ashley, but I was like, I'm not trying to get into it with this man because I really just don't, like, I don't know. I just wasn't,
That's beautiful. I mean, can't nobody.
I didn't want him to ask me, how tall are you? Because I'm tall. I didn't want him to be like, how tall are you? How much you weigh? I'm not the skinniest girl. I'm not the tall. I'm like, I don't want to hear, I didn't want to, but I agree with him saying, like I said, there were things he said that I really agreed with, like the girl, you do need a purse. I do feel like we need a purse, but do we need to argue with her about it? No. Do you need to tell her that she's going to be single with her dog? No. Like I didn't come on here for that. I'm just going to say, but other than that, I hope that you do continue to bring men in who can, just can have maybe a little different vibe, a little more grace with what they say. Because I do want to hear. We are on here. A lot of us are single. We do want to know the opinions of men, maybe different kinds of men. Someone had mentioned different ethnicities, maybe even, Jamaican, African. Like there's all kinds of,
I was also gonna say this too, Nisi. Sorry to cut you off
It's
there.
okay.
I was gonna say this was just the first time me doing this, so I wasn't doing different races. I'm like the guy we initially had. He kind of stood me up, so I got on TikTok, went live, said, "What man's available?" People were sending me different people. Official who reached out, and Rich, I have to call you out because I asked Rich initially, just Rich. He said no. He told me no.
Okay.
And then he came up on the show to show his outfit, and then Rich had a change of heart. So initially, it would have been Rich alone. Okay, so I was just looking for someone. Not that that excuses what happened.
Yeah.
But this was the first time, and again, I'm not perfect. Please teach me how. Teach me how you are. Okay.
Right. No, I get it. I get it. So
I just need recommendations on how. That's why I'm asking you guys, what can I do to improve on it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I would love if you can. I know you wanted them to speak, but me personally, I wanted to hear from you as well. I don't know how you would do that, but it would be nice if maybe all three of you guys could have spoke because, hearing from them, but also you as a woman, like you give great constructive criticism. So because we come here for you too, Ashley. Like we have a good time. Like it just wasn't as fun, and I would love if it can be fun again, and just like I know we can do it. I feel like, I'm gonna continue to be a fan. I'm gonna continue to support, and I know that it's only gonna get better. Like I really have faith for that. So I'm excited to, as to what's to come. We can only get better. Okay.
Yeah, this was the first time. So I guess now we know what we can do, to change things around. And please, Nisi, send some recommendations. Feel free to comment them. Some guys you want to see of all races, all backgrounds, all ages. Maybe we'll even switch up the ages, younger and older men. I think that would be great too, Yeah. So guys, please tag some people, send me some DMs. I am open. All right.
I have a question. Now, will this be every Friday? We're going to always have a guest, or will it be intimate with just you and us, or is it a mixture?
How would you like to see it? Tell me.
I would rather a mixture. I don't always want other guests. Like sometimes we just want you. We just want to be able to breathe, let our hair down, not have to be so intense with other guests, So I would appreciate if it was just you sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. And again, Nisi, I thought I'd just bring in the males just so, women can hear from a man because I know you guys are gorgeous and beautiful, but I know I see things different than a man would see you. Maybe I'm telling you to wear a lot of makeup and he's saying don't wear a lot of makeup,
Yeah.
So I could kind of sometimes, not saying I'm always wrong, but I could be wrong sometimes. So I just wanted to bring a guy in.
And we appreciate that. Thank you, Ashley.
You're welcome, Nisi. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good day. Let me get up and get ready.
Thank you, Nisi, for coming up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And you guys can feel free again to give your thoughts. All right. Come up, give your thoughts. Should we have a male guest? Maybe the first hour Or first hour and a half, it'll be me. Then the second hour, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Okay. Y'all let me know how y'all want to do it. Because I know the single ladies want to hear from a man. All right. Hold on. Love notes. I'm going to bring up this man first. Michael.
How
Hello,
you doing,
Michael.
ma'am? How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good.
Can you hear me properly?
I can.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me. My wife watches your content, like for the longest time, and I've been watching you recently. We just got married. So
Congratulations.
thank you. As someone who's taken, black professionalism and also dressing yourself very well, I do think your content is very needed, especially the critique you give to young women. I think it's very crucial, but also very effective as well, compared to what we see in terms of standards, especially portraying our own, sisters out here. So I just want to say thank you just for having a platform where you're trying to bring classy, ness back into fashion with, women in period. So. But to the show, I will say this as a man that there were some comments that were made that I felt like kind of went too far, because this is the thing. Anybody giving type of constructive criticism, you have to understand the audience that you're on. You're on a female platform. Majority females are in the comment section as well, and etc. Is like the way you try and do this is not just entertainment. There's many platforms that make fun of people how they look or anything like that, right? Whether there might be some truth to what you're saying, because there were some people in the comments that were agreeing with the men, with their points and stuff. But again, this is a female platform. If you just got straight to the point, say, hey, maybe not wear that scarf or don't wear that, or maybe get that purse. Hey, if you're not going to buy that purse, it's okay. But now let's go with the next option, something like that. So because like there is a need for like, hey, I want to hear what a man's opinion is, but I've already heard all the foolishness and the buffoonery of it all. That's basically women just already tune out the first second you say, oh, she got a dog, she's single. Come on. So yeah, I just felt like that should have been a better handle on the men's part, that we could have gave more constructive criticism in a more better way, because we're talking to women and it's on a female platform.
Fair enough. Thank you, Michael, for coming in and standing up for the ladies as well and sharing. And are there any improvements you would like to see different?
I do think adding a male perspective is is definitely is needed. I just think maybe might be a way just to balance it out. Maybe not just have two on one, or I guess like you have one female giving a critique, and then you have one male doing that. That way, it just kind of be more balanced.
Fair.
That's what would like to see. But again, me and my wife and watching your content, everything, we love everything you're doing.
Thank you for the support to you both, and congratulations on everything. Thank you so much for the
Thank you so much. Thank you. You have a rest of your day.
Thank you for coming up, Michael. Okay, look at him. We got the men coming up, standing up for y'all. All right, now y'all better not be saying that. Hey, beautiful. She's in the passenger seat. Hello,
Oh yes,
gorgeous.
she's right there.
How did you enjoy the live? How you gonna have him come on here? You ain't gonna say nothing.
I was like, Michael, you should go up there because he really be into the show too. So
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
but he be loving the outfits, the critiques, and all that. I said, girl, I gotta get my heels on. We just went out, but
All
yeah.
right, put it on. We'll see you next Friday, beauty. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I love that couples watch the show. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we're going to keep things moving. I'm loving this. I am absolutely loving this. All right, we're hearing all perspectives today. All right, we're going to bring up love notes, then Nessa, then Christine. Okay, I see your forehead. All right. Hello, love
Um,
notes.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. First of all, a couple things. I want to apologize to you for coming on first with such noise in the background. I wasn't able to really participate the way I wanted to represent myself, so I apologize for that. Secondly, I would like to let you know that because of watching you for the last mm, I would say about 6 weeks, I've lost 30 pounds. I've been really trying my best to be my best self. I lost my cousin in February and put on a lot of weight. So yesterday was like a treat for myself to go to a jazz concert, just like kind of like reintroduce myself to my pre-loss self, and I felt pretty. I felt wonderful. The gentleman, I didn't have the experience that
They
everybody is
loved
talking
you.
to.
I think they loved you. They
I
loved you today. Love notes. Okay, you
Yeah,
was
I had. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no. I said you were a hit. They liked your outfit. They loved your hair.
Thank you. Yes. And I did meet a couple guys last night, and they did kind of share the same sentiments that your panelists did have. So, and I was not able to watch the show. Of course, I was already out. So I don't know all of the negative feedback that is being shared today. I'm not aware of all those things. But what I will say to your audience is that, you know, chew the meat, spit out the bones. You know, you can't expect for a man to behave like a woman. You innately are nurturing, Ashley, to us. You already know how to come in and be sympathetic and understanding. You created this platform. Their behavior, not so much Rich, but from what everybody's saying, new. His behavior is a reflection of him and him alone. That is not a reflection of you. If he knew he was coming on this show, even if it was just for a few hours, just one episode of watching you, he would be able to see how you conduct yourself, the energy, the vibe of this show. He mentioned that energy and vibes and what you put out is very important for the type of woman that he approaches. And I thought that, what he shared with me, the graciousness that he shared with me would have been what he did with everybody. Unfortunately, from the feedback that you guys are sharing, that's not so much the case. But I don't want you to feel like that's a reflection of you. He should have watched some episodes. And you know, I would like for us to always remember, no matter what anybody is doing or how they're behaving, you don't get knocked off your square ever, not ever. They want to act up, you don't go down to their level. You just kind of like show them how you're supposed to be, because getting down in the dirt with them, that's that's a reflection of you. Somebody else for the first time could be watching the show and they see, oh, you calling him milk dud and all that. That's not. It's not. It wasn't conducive.
And that's a
Um,
great point, and that's the reason why. And I'm not excusing their behavior. That's the reason why I carry myself the way I do. I'm not arguing with anyone on the internet. It's just not
mhm,
happening. I'm not going
absolutely.
back and forth. I'm not saying you can't defend yourself.
Hmm.
We don't have to go back and forth. And if that's how he chooses to do it, as a woman, we don't have to choose to do it that way.
Absolutely. Because
Understand?
unfortunately, we won't ever win. We won't win. You won't
Now,
win.
fighting forever. I don't
It's,
want to fighting and stressing and arguing causes wrinkles, babes.
yep.
It
Yep.
ages us. We don't want that. So why argue? Let them say whatever
Mhm.
they want to say. Go
That's
ahead.
it. So, as far as any suggestions, I do like. I did enjoy, like I said, the feedback from the gentleman. I, but I would say vet more, and I know that you
Just
pulled them
no,
up last minute.
just say it. Vet more. You don't have to say something behind it. So that's something you would want to see. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to see that, but not all the time. No, sometimes we just want our girl time. I really enjoy Fashion Friday. I love all the shows, but I really enjoy Fashion Fridays. It's fun. I'm like, it's like in my mind, like, no, 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 put on the black shoes, put on it's the same type of. I feel like I'm dressing my little sister when I'm watching your show, So, um, yeah, I not all the time. Once in a while is great to have the men come up,
Absolutely.
and yeah, I'm as long as they're nice, like rich. Rich represented himself very well. I will definitely recommend. I only put my head on my square for on the square for one guy, so I would recommend him because I know he will represent your brand very well. So that's my feedback.
Thank
But
you, Love Notes. I
thank
appreciate
you.
that, Love Notes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you for coming up and sharing. I saw comments. Suki said it's not about arguing on the internet. It's simply about stopping them when it needs to, which I did interject. Maybe not enough. I can say that. I can be accountable and say not enough. I didn't eject enough. But again, we can always choose to walk away. It's that simple. I'm not arguing on the internet. It's not happening. Not in this lifetime, at least. Not in this lifetime. You could say whatever you want. Not in this lifetime. All right. Next, we have up Nessa. Hello, Nessa.
Hey, Ashley. Hey, ladies. And I guess gentlemen too. Sorry, I'm doing my makeup, get ready to go. Just a few points. I highly agree with everything everyone has said so far. But I think what hit for me, two things. One was when he was talking to T. T, if you're watching, girl, I am so sorry because, okay, I feel like for one, first of all, let's just say Rich, let's take Rich out the way. Rich, you know, if you're still in here, you know how to talk to a woman for one. And that comes, he said that he was married for 7 years. He's divorced, but he said it was 7 years. So that means not only was he loved right during their time, I don't know what happened, but he also knew how to love and appreciate a woman, how to speak to a woman, and all that. And I think that all plays effect into how he was projecting towards, or not even projecting, how he was critiquing everybody that he saw. And so he was, you could tell he's down to earth, whatever. He just knows how to speak to women. Let's just say that. New, I feel like you're single, going on 40 years, no exes, no, or let's say marriage exes, or no kids. Like, where are you pulling these stats from that you feel women should oblige with, or where are you pulling these antics from that you think women should stick to set the perfect woman for you? Obviously, if you are single for this long, maybe you should change you. You were telling us that if you're not married, you haven't been proposed to, blah, 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 you should change yourself. No, you should make me change you and what you do. He contradicted himself a lot. And he said, especially with the proposals comment, proposals don't matter. I know so many women that have been proposed to X, Y, and Z so many times. And then later he comes on here and he's like, or he said his friends have proposed to with the same ring, and then he says, "Oh, when I'm ready to propose, it's gonna mean something. I'm gonna take you out of public. I'm gonna do all this stuff just to show you and let you know that it's gonna mean something." You just said proposals don't matter. But anyway, and then when he was talking to the 22-year-old, we were all in the comments like, hey, like, yeah, change your hair, especially if you want to attract the older crowd, whatever. Make yourself look younger rather than age yourself. And then he told her, okay, you should wear something more skimpier. I hate how he used that word. And he did say maybe I should have used that word, but he said you should wear something more skimpier. And when she put her nice little sexy dress on, he comes back and says, oh, now you have to watch out for what people are going to say about you. And you shouldn't go out with something like that because of what people are going to say. So what? You're not helping the girl, you know? And I think sometimes, and I liked how you said we should be more open minded. Absolutely. Especially as women, we definitely don't want to hear certain things coming from a man at that. You should definitely be open minded. Like for me, I'm in a very secure relationship. I love my man, whatever. But if it was like a single woman, like I have single friends, single sister, and I do see, they tell me all the time, like these men ain't ish out here, blah, 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 blah. But if you want to help a woman elevate, this just how you say some things. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. you know? And then like he was projecting a lot when the Nigerians comment, I'm African. I've dated my own ethnicity, West Africans, whatever. Every man is not the same. And he tried to comfort T again, trying to say that she only dates them for their money. I know that's what he was saying because oh, Nigerians got money, blah blah blah. That's what he was trying to insinuate, and that's not the case. You can clearly see the woman has it together, down to her attitude. Like she could clearly carry her own. She doesn't need these men to help her go through life. No, and I think he missed that point with her, and that's why it went left because you're trying to argue with her about why she dates Nigerians. No, first of all, Dallas is like a mini Africa. There are so many Nigerians, West Africans, whatever. It is a mini Africa. And she was just speaking from her experience. She said, unfortunately, I haven't been taken care of taken care of this well by black guys or African American men versus Nigerian guys. They have given me what I want. And the reason why I don't have I'm not married, whatever he was trying to say to her, is because it was her personal reason. She doesn't have to explain that to you. But I just feel like he felt higher than thou, and you don't have anything to prove what you were saying. Versus, I also went on his Instagram. I'm happy I wasn't the only one. I went on his Instagram, and sometimes when you go to who people follow, it tells a lot about you. I don't know, especially with guys. And I saw these IG models spread open, half naked everywhere. And you're saying you want a woman who's covered up, no tattoos on their arms, but what you're looking at on a daily basis does not in line with what you're saying, you know? So you're preaching false messages. And I thought the whole point was to come up here, give your first impression of how you feel, how she's dressing, if you what you would change, whether her shoes, her bag, whatever, not just criticize her whole life. You don't even know the person. But yeah, I just want to know who hurt him so bad. Like, and you don't know at all what anyone is going through, no matter who you are. So I can give him some grace if somebody has hurt him that bad, but it should not allow for that kind of attitude, that kind of, everything that was going on last night. So yeah, but
And what would
that's
you like to see differently, Nessa?
I would like to see maybe like I love how you did add in the men perspective because it's nice to hear from a different perspective again. It's nice to hear from a man and what they think. So maybe like the other lady said, different ethnicities that would black, white, Asian, because every man is different 100%. That would definitely see, especially it would help every woman here because not all black women like black guys. Not every black woman like white guys. Some like white guys. Some like Asians. Like it's out there. Or even the white women in the chat. Not all of them like their race. They like Jamaicans, whatever. So yeah, just different ethnicities to account for everyone, so they can see what they need to do better, I guess.
Fair enough. All right. Thank you, Nessa. I appreciate the feedback.
Yes, and you just always carry yourself gracefully. So thank you for sticking up for them when needed. So I don't think you need to change anything in yourself and what you do at all. Just keep being you.
Thank you so much, Nessa. I appreciate that.
Thank
Thank you, Nessa. Thank you, beautiful. Enjoy the festival, the carnival. I know we spoke about that on Friday. Enjoy it. All right, we're going to keep things moving along. Let me read the comment. Oh, gosh. Oh, let me read this. I'm not going to read the comments. I'm going to read the super chats. The super chats. Okay, delete. How about a day for makeup review? Viewers can come on video makeup ready and receive your critique, tips, and tricks. Love you, Ashley. Maya S. asked. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Definitely. We can definitely do that. I think that's a great idea. All right, who else do we have? Jasmine Wright. When Nu said the man worked hard to get here and the woman is just here just because they're pretty and have a dimple in the cheek, that was offensive. I can agree the delivery of that was very defensive, but I think what he meant, I'm not sticking up for him by any means. But one thing I know to be true about women is that when you are a beautiful woman, okay, in my experience going out into the world, friends that I know, people that I know, when you are beautiful, beauty gets you into a lot of places when you don't have money, when you don't when you haven't gone to school, when you haven't done a certain thing. And I think it's for easier for women to finesse pretty privilege. Exactly, Stacey. I think it's easier for women to finesse their way into spaces, okay? I.e., me, I'm guilty. It's easier to finesse your way into spaces without having the money, the know how, the family, the creed behind you. But for men, they can't just show up to a party and be beautiful, okay, or be fit or be healthy or be whatever is deemed gorgeous or the standard and get into a place. They have to actually work, go to war, and bring back something to say, okay, you can come through this door, if that makes sense. All right, again, I'm not excusing the way the message was delivered, but I'm just kind of translating what that means. Okay, I think it sometimes can be a little bit easier for women. Not all women, but easier. Okay. For example, my cousin went out. As a matter of fact, whenever we go out, we never have to pay for anything. We'll sit down, dinner is covered. Not that we're out there living our lives in that way. Okay. We're dressed classy, we're dressed up, you know. We'll go to an event, people let us in, they give us free product, they give us free things. So I'm sure a lot of the women here understand that what I'm trying to say when I do say that. I think men have to prove something. They have to show up in the world and have money, degrees, and things like that. All right. I hope that kind of makes sense. And we have Rich down below. Oh, okay. We're gonna bring him up shortly. All right. So I hope that makes sense, chat. I hope that makes sense. Let me see what else we have. Mooney, thank you for the super chat, Mooney. Mooney Jim, as a plus size woman, I'll love to see someone who is open to dating us and not from a lack mindset. I know it's difficult to vet men because if it wasn't, we'll be married. Thanks, actually. You're welcome, Moody, and I can definitely keep that in mind. Moody, and for all the Moody Gems, if you guys want, feel free to tag some people and send me some suggestions. Okay, tag some people and send me some suggestions as to who you would like to see come up. All right. Not all women were born worthy. That's not what I said, Sabrina. And see, this is the thing. We hear what we want to hear. What I do and what I try to practice is listening. That's why I don't talk a lot when I'm up here. If we listen and not take what we want and leave what we don't, we can really hear. It doesn't mean you aren't worthy. That's not what I'm saying. It has nothing to do with your worth. I'm just talking about something society calls pretty privilege, okay? That's all. Oh, I wasn't replying to you, Ashley. Okay, I didn't see you at anyone. So I assumed I jumped the gun. My apologies. All right, let's bring up Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
I was okay. I don't want to be on here rambling, and I just want to get to the point. So I enjoyed both male guests, and I am actually going to stand up for Nu. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I'm probably not his cup of tea. All it was constructive criticism. And the reason why I liked Nu is because he gave me a different perspective. So for me, for example, I'm always meeting men where I make way more money than they do. And I know we say money's not an issue, and it isn't. But when you're going to Hawaii and you want to go to the luau and you want to sit in the front and his money ain't like that, so where you can sit in the front, I resent that. And I'm like, okay, we sit in the front and I'm paying for it. So now I can see why I'm not attracting men that are in my tax bracket is because I'm not wearing makeup. So that's why I was trying to put some on. And maybe because I'm not wearing stilettos. So I just want to say I like having male guests. It's just constructive criticism, you guys. Take it or leave it. But I want you to continue having male guests. Even if we don't like it, you can take it or leave it, you guys. It's just he's not your cup of tea. But that's all I wanted to say. Please keep having male guests and bring new back.
Absolutely. All right, Lisa, thank you so much for sharing. I love the different perspective. We have someone who enjoyed new. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, Lisa said, I'm getting me she said, I'm putting this makeup on right now. Okay. Lisa said, I got a stiletto. It's on the way. Okay. I just ordered one. Okay. Again, we can agree to disagree in a very healthy way. Just because Lisa agrees with New, you agree with Rich, or you don't agree with anyone, doesn't mean we can't have a healthy dialogue and still hang out and still be friends. I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay. I don't gotta like everything you like. You don't gotta like everything I like. And a lot of y'all don't like that I wear a lot of makeup, but y'all still show up. I don't feel any way towards y'all. Okay. I'm just giving an example. All right. Let's continue. All right. I want to bring up Rich really quickly. Okay. I want to bring him up because he's here.
What's up?
Hey, Rich. How are you?
Doing good. Y'all got my feet still hurting.
He said, I'm sitting down today. Okay.
I'm sitting down. So real quick, I know people are saying, well, Rich was nice and all this. Let's keep it a buck. If I was on the show by myself last night, y'all would have went in on me. Y'all would have went in. I think it was just the differences in style. So I would say eat the meat, spit out the bone. Because I know messages can get lost, but me and New agreed on a lot of things. A lot of things. The certain subjects, that's aside the point. That's something else. But as far as the content, me and him agreed on a ton of things. So I would just say try to look at that, just the message. What is the underlying message to it all? Because men, when men talk to men, and it's a switch that you need to make. When men talk to men, I don't care about another man's emotions or how he feels when I talk to him. We just talk to each other. He talks to his friends like that, his male friends, right? I talk to my male friends like that. But you have to make the flexibility and adjust sometimes, but it's just we so used to, we don't have time to spare each other's feelings, and men need to hear, you need to hear the honest truth, bruh, because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's why our dialogue with each other is different, and so it takes work to modify that. Not saying the message isn't right or wrong, but it's certain things can be done to make it more effective when it comes to communication. But yeah, that's all I want to say. It's like, yeah, y'all say I was nice. If I was by myself, y'all would have been tripping. But somebody said something in the comments that what did I do? I had to leave and come back. Nisi was talking, and then people said that I did something. I don't know, or I didn't do something.
Do you remember? Was it a super chat?
They were saying, Rich, we need answers about something. And they said, why'd you do our sister like that? But I had to leave and come back, so I didn't know what it was. I was just trying to figure out what that was.
Yes. Let me read the chat. Does anyone have a question for Rich right now? Does anyone have a question for Rich?
Because a lot of y'all reached out. Listen, I got so many DMs last night and this morning. It was awesome. Just questions, comments. It was very good. Asking me questions. I learned some things. Because I would say stiletto woman was something, hey, that's a pump. And I said, great. Now I know what a pump is. I love pumps. So, but I didn't know the wording for it last night.
Absolutely. And look at that. Come on, ladies, shooting y'all shot on the low. Okay, I see y'all.
They're mad cool.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. I don't see any questions. Is that? Do you think that what Brother New was saying was problematic? If you have a question for Rich, just send a super chat so I can see it. Someone asked, did you think what Brother New was saying was problematic?
That's a general question. I need to know what specific thing. Certain things I agree with. when it comes to how men think and what men want. I definitely agree. I agree with a lot. So I would need a little bit more context around that. Like what aspect is problematic?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, I don't see any other questions for Rich. Yes. So I guess we'll leave it here. But I think to sum it up, you're saying you kind of you do agree. I just think it's the delivery. I think they appreciated your delivery more.
Yeah.
Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and not going into other topics. So I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, certain topics didn't need to go into
Right.
things like that. But yeah, from the most part, from the man's perspective and my perspective, yeah, a lot of things that we said we were in alignment with. Just
And
not everything.
And I think you also mentioned that when you're in private, these are the kind of conversations that men do have. And
Men,
I'm sure they're far worse than what we
listen,
could ever imagine.
like we don't even, when speaking to women, you have to think about what your delivery needs to be. I want to make
Yes.
sure, how can I, like last night, how can I give this critique without coming across as mean or harsh, but let them know it needs to be a change, right? Men, I don't have to think about how I talk to them. I don't have to think about my delivery. I'll tell you how I tell you and what I tell you. And we always deal with that as men because that's just how we talk to each other. And so we just have to be good at translating or changing that a little bit when it comes to speaking to others. But yeah, much, much harsher language when men talking to men. Yeah.
I'm sure. Someone has a question. They said that this was a popular one. Rich, do you feel like the pump and dunk comment was appropriate?
I wouldn't have said it myself. Yeah, I think that was getting too far into the weeds. So yeah, the pump and dump, I would say, yeah, refrain from using terms like that. Let's keep it to, because what I said was, you got a couple categories. I look at you, okay, maybe it's something serious, you look fun. So, hey, we're just going to kick it. And that's fine. The fun look, there's nothing wrong with the fun look if you want fun. So, yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't have used that comment. No, I would have just kept it. Hey, my first impression is, hey, you're a fun girl. So if that's what you're looking for, perfect look.
So that's the nicer way of saying that kind of thing. It's that's what I hear. I know, and I think most of the chat knows fun girl usually means someone more casually you're dating.
Yeah, it's casual. She's not looking for nothing serious. Yeah. You hook up a few times, whatever, it leaves what it is. And that's cool if that's what you're looking for. And so that's why I'm like, I'm open to whatever people want. That's fine. But so I just give my opinion on what the look portrays to just, somebody like me.
Leela Rose asks, how did you feel about the comment on the need for Black women to do more to compete with international beauty versus low competition among Keishas and Latoyas? Not Keishas and Latoyas.
Y'all trying to set me up now. I did notice in the comments when I went back after the video that a lot of women said, I'm not why compete for a man. I don't need to compete for a man, and that's cool. However, if you're not getting the man that you want, what are you willing to do to get it? That's my thing. So there is, like, you go to LA. I love LA. LA is one of my favorite cities to go to. It's a lot of competition. If you don't want to compete, that's fine. But how are you going to get the man you want? Because he's presented with all these options, right? So what do you do to stand out? And I think that's the thing. That's the competition. What do you do to stand out? And I saw a lot that you don't want to compete, and that's cool. But look at like men. We have to compete, and that's why I think it came up, because as men we have to compete. Ladies, y'all not out here getting with busters, right? You're not. You want the dude that looks good. He's smooth, charisma, clothes, house, car, money. He had to compete with other people to get it. He has to compete every day to get it. If he didn't, you wouldn't notice him. Same thing from a man's side. If we're in Miami, it's just reversed.
Miami and LA, the girls are beautiful. I must say,
beautiful. It's a lot of options.
Gorgeous, yeah.
So that's the thing. I think it is a competition because life is a competition, And it's different if you're not willing to compete. It's cool if you say, well, I'm not willing to compete for what I want. Totally fine. But I think thinking there is no competition isn't an accurate assessment of the situation. There is a competition because you want competitive men.
Absolutely. And can I also say this? Do you think some, not all, but do you think some black women, not all, saying that again, some black women are stubborn to change when it comes to dating? Do you think some?
I think so, and I think it's people. I think women. It could be men too, but yeah, I think so. I think people like to be comfortable. Right? People like to be comfortable. If I like to wear, like if a woman wants to wear flats, I don't want to wear pump because a lot of people, I don't want to wear stilettos. I don't, that's fine. That's cool. But I think people are stubborn if it's somewhere, if it's outside of their comfort level, they don't want to do it because everybody likes to be comfortable. And if you want more, you have to do something different. You have to strive for more. If I want to make more money, I have to do certain things differently.
Fair enough.
If I didn't want to change, I could be a homeless person right now because I don't want to have to work for money. I just want to get the money. But, I want it? Okay, you want a lot of it? Okay, well, there's some sacrifices you have to make. So I think it's the sacrifices partially. But yeah, I think definitely some don't want to change, but a lot do.
Absolutely. And someone said, why are we bringing race? Because the question was about race. The person asked specifically about Black women. So I was just piggybacking off the comment. All right. I'm not coming for Black women because I'm a Black woman. All right. Asking questions. So let's not be sensitive. Let's not be sensitive. I'm not coming for anyone today. I have one last question. Someone sent a super chat. What about telling the young lady to dress more skimpy?
I think it was a word choice, and he went back on that word choice later on. It's not skimpy, but it's more age appropriate. Because I agree with that. I thought that her hair and her clothes dated her. She said that she dated older men. So the feedback was, well, date more age appropriate. Because she was like a person, beautiful smile. She has an old soul. Very young, but she has an old soul. So I think it was a bad word choice. And he went back and said that he shouldn't have said skimpy. It's probably just a lack of better words. And I agree. But I got where he was going because I was going the same place. I didn't know the word either. So I just said a more age appropriate. But I couldn't think of a better word on the spot.
Fair enough. Dominique says, when preparing for Fashion Friday, was New the original invited guest or Rich? I'll think you'll provide community. So I did invite you, Rich, when I was on the treadmill.
You did.
Yesterday morning. And I think Rich said he didn't want to give his opinion on things. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think someone suggested New, and in the comments, someone DM'd me, and then New reached out to me, and I said, sure, come on up. I don't think he spoke a lot on Kendra G. I wasn't sure. He seemed like a put together guy, so I invited him up. And then Rich, you decided to stay as well. All right. Well, I think there's one last question, and then we're gonna let him go, guys. We're gonna let him go. Do you agree with the disrespect towards Detroit and CLT?
For me, I don't take it I didn't take it necessarily as disrespect. Like when I think he said like a lot of beautiful women aren't in Charlotte or something like that. I think it's just a lack of knowing. He's not from here. Didn't sound like he was here or ever visited. So I don't take a lot of things as disrespect in that case. I just think it was he just doesn't know. He knows the big cities, but yeah, Charlotte has a ton of beautiful women. Detroit too. I'm from Akron originally, and I spent a lot of time in Detroit. A lot of beautiful women.
Fair enough. Well, thank you, Rich, for coming up and being a part of the show and coming back and answering these questions. I appreciate it, and I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me. And I love that you're doing this the day after. I love it. A lot of great opinions women are coming up with and insights. So I appreciate it. And all the feedback from me.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. Well, definitely have you back because they love
Okay.
you. We'll
All right,
definitely have you
cool.
back.
I'll be
They
back.
Bye, Rich. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, I'm happy Rich came up, and I think something I hope you all are learning is just being able to communicate in a healthy way. Learn to communicate in a more healthy way, even if you agree or disagree. Okay, because we're not always gonna agree on things. And you know what's so funny? A couple of weeks ago, I was gonna mention that I'm not always going to get it right. And moving forward, I just want to put that out there. I'm going to mess up again. I'm human. Okay. I'm going to mess up again. I'm not always going to get it right. We'll probably do this again, but I just want to let you know, all right, that I'm going to mess up again. All right. So please leave room for that, is what I'm saying. And if you are perfect, please teach me your ways. I want to learn how I can do better. That's all. All right. So we're going to bring up the next person. Jolof. Hello, we can't hear you. Oh, you're driving. Are you gonna stop, my
Yeah, I
love?
didn't know you were gonna pick me next. Yeah, I'm gonna pull over.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were gonna pick me next. So sorry.
Yes, no worries. Take your time.
Yeah, give me a second.
And
I'm pulling over right now. Sorry. I am so sorry. This is so ghetto. Okay. 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 I'll pull over here. Okay. All right. Um. So yeah.
and let me make sure I don't
Okay.
have
So
feedback when I'm talking because I hear echo. Am I on Bluetooth or something?
let me take you off. Can you hear me?
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
can
can
hear you.
still hear the feedback. I still hear like an echo.
Okay. How about now?
Let's see. Hello, Jolo. Hello.
All
Yes,
right. Can I just call back?
I think it's good.
All right. Can I just?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can call
Better
back.
now.
Call back. Yeah, because it's
Okay.
still, yeah. So I'm gonna have her come back because I think I'm hearing it's going in and out. Yes, it's echoing. I'm not even going to lie, Shara Araya said. I be laid up, not dressing up, not wear makeup, and demand SHIT from hardworking men. It is awful. I enjoy the live. I needed to hear it. Oh, thank you for sharing that, Araya. Sarah Araya, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your transparency. Yes. And I always like to say, and something I think my mom taught me is always to be accountable. So, what did I do wrong? How can I be better? Point the finger at myself first and then say, okay, look at the world, right? So, I want you guys to do that outside of the conversation with both of the men, okay, outside of them, okay? How can I grow and be better? How can I grow and be a better person? Are there things I need to work on? Like Sarah just said, are there things I need to work on? Was there something mentioned that I think I can work on about myself, whether it be my appearance, the way I think, the way I show up in the world? So that's something I was taught from young. That's why I can come up here and say, what did I do wrong? Because that's something my mother taught me and my sister growing up. You have to be accountable. If you did something wrong, turn the finger to you first and then point at everyone else. Well, you know what, Ash? I could have spoke up more. I could have said that. And I would love to hear more from everyone else here. All right? So make sure you are pointing the finger at you too. How can I be better? What can I do? Okay? That's all. That's it. Keep that in mind. Um, keep that in mind. Ashley, after you experienced the live, what do you think you could have improved more? Um, I guess speaking up more, maybe interjecting more. I think I could have worked on that. Maybe interjecting more and maybe just having one guest instead of two. I could have definitely done that. I think those two things, a lot of the things you mentioned, everyone mentioned here today, I think I could have improved on. Definitely speaking up more. I could have definitely did that. For sure. For sure. I don't think that was right. I could have said, you know what, let's stop here. You know what, that's not right. I could have done that. I can take responsibility. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. I'm waiting for Jolof to come back. I'm waiting for that. Yes. Yes, and that has never been an issue. No, there hasn't. No, it hasn't. And I hope you guys can forgive me. I do apologize to anyone who does feel offended by anything that I've done. But again, everything that I do comes from a really good place. And it's only because I want to see you guys grow and do better. Okay. So I want y'all to get to the goal post faster. That's how I'm thinking about it. Okay. And maybe that wasn't the best approach, but I want y'all to get your result quicker. I don't want you to waste your youth, waste your time, do the same thing over and over, which they call insanity by definition, and not get your results. Okay. So I'm like, I want my girls to grow and be better. I want y'all to look better, not only on the outside, but on the inside too. All right. So that's my thought. Like, just let's get there. Let's get there. Okay. Let's get the shortcuts to the shortcuts. Because again, what you don't see, okay, I have over 500 DMs on TikTok from women. How can I get my husband? How can I get my man? I'm this age. I'm that age. What can I do, Ashley? Help me. Some people even literally say, save me. So when I bring people on, again, maybe different guests, it's just to help you guys reach the goalpost faster. That's all. I'm 45. I'm actually not 45, Sharon. I'm not. Leela Rose, Ashley, I appreciate you so much. I have learned so much from you. Oh, thank you, Leela. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm not 45, actually. I'm not. No. But again, I hold myself accountable, okay? And I want to ask you something. When is the last time you asked for forgiveness? When is the last time you've done something wrong and you wanted someone else to forgive you? I'm just asking. All right. Hi, Ash. Please make me a moderator on your channel. There are tons of disrespectful comments that that are not a reflection of your grace and poise. The thing is, Eva, I would like to do that, but after last night, I don't know that I want moderators because, not to put the moderators down that weren't there yesterday, but I don't know, if someone decides tomorrow because they see a piece of content or because I don't get it right all the time, that they're not going to show up and do what they need to do. So I don't know that I want to put that onus and responsibility on anyone, because I do understand that humans, we have emotions. We can be fickle. And, if the responsibility is to protect the space and that's not being done, I don't want to put that responsibility on anyone. So I don't know that I want to put any moderators up. Again, not to come for the moderators who were here, again, because we are human. We are allowed to feel what we feel. So again, maybe I'll just turn the chat off completely for the lives. Maybe I can do that. Maybe, how about that? Yeah. Let's see. Jaqueen, never allow a man to change the way you are unless it's something that needs to change. You are perfect the way you are. All right. I don't know. I don't think I'm perfect the way I am. I think there's always room for growth. And that's just me being honest, Jaqueen. I think we are all worthy. I think we are all enough. I think we all deserve the best in life. But to say that we are perfect, I can't lean on that. I think we all have room for growth, including myself. Okay. And I think when we open up ourselves to that room for growth, a lot of things can happen for us, a lot of great things. And I'm not just saying relationship wise, I'm just saying things in life all across the board, mentally, physically, spiritually. So I want to say open to yourself, open yourself up to more. That's all. Okay. All right, you guys. I think this was a good discussion. I think this was a great discussion. Again, if you want to leave more comments on things you want to see change, please, I am keeping a video up. So go support the live video, go watch it, rewatch it, leave comments, all of the things, okay? All of the things. Yes, all of the things. Again, I understand if this is not the place that you feel safe in anymore or you don't want to be at anymore, that's understandable. I can understand that, okay? But again, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm not. Alrighty, beautiful people. Alrighty, beautiful people. I still love y'all. I still love y'all. I still want y'all to win. I still want y'all to be great. Okay? And I'll be here. When you're ready to come on back, guess what? Look, my arm's gonna be like this. Come on back. Come on. Come in, sit down. Let me give you a hug. I will be here. Okay. I still love you guys. I still love you guys. All right. Enjoy your weekend because I know I am, babes. I know I'm about to enjoy my weekend. And I will see you on Monday. Joel off of it. She never came back. She never came back. Okay. I'm going to enjoy my weekend. So I want you guys to do the same. Re-watch the live. Where's the wig? The wig is on my website if you want it. The wig is on my website. Okay. Ooh, can't wait for you to get it. Okay. All right, beautiful people. Love you guys and have a great weekend. Enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Bye, guys.